So we're really at a point where a mother just looked at her son's entire love life and basically said, yeah, none of that counts. Because the internet is in full meltdown mode after Karlissa Saffold stepped in and dropped a statement so bold, so blunt, it didn't just shake the timeline. It flipped it upside down. According to her, it doesn't matter who Blueface brings around, it doesn't matter how serious it looks, it doesn't matter how public the relationship gets. If there's no ring, no marriage, no wife title attached, she's not respecting it. I'm sorry, what? Not I'll give them a chance, not let's see where it goes. No, straight up, I don't care who it is, it doesn't count. That's not just a preference, that's a rule. And the way she said it, oh, it wasn't soft. It wasn't negotiable. It was giving final decision, no discussion. Next topic. And you already know what happens when a statement like that hits the internet. Chaos, because now everybody's asking the same question. What does that mean for all the women who've been part of Blueface's life? The public relationships, the messy breakups, the viral moments that had everybody watching like it was a live episode of reality TV. All of that just got dismissed in one sentence. Yeah, people were not ready for that. Some fans were laughing, saying, she said what she said. Others were like, nah, that's disrespectful. And just like that, the internet split into sides faster than a WWE tag team match turning into a full-blown brawl. But here's where it gets even messier. Because this isn't just a random opinion, this is his mom. And when family steps into public drama like this, oh, it doesn't stay small. It explodes. Because now it's not just about relationships anymore. It's about respect, boundaries, control. And who really has the final say in Blueface's life? Now let's rewind this whole situation. Because this didn't just come out of nowhere like a random hot take. This has history, patterns, and a whole lot of built-up tension that's been sitting under the surface for a long time. The dynamic between Blueface and Karlissa Saffold has never been simple. And honestly, it's always been one of the most talked about parts of his entire public life. Because from the very beginning, Karlissa hasn't been the quiet, background type of parent. No, she's present, vocal, and very comfortable stepping into the spotlight when it comes to her son's relationships. And that's where things start getting complicated. Because when personal relationships become public conversations, boundaries get blurry real fast. Now let's talk about Blueface's love life for a second. Because calling it complicated would be an understatement. His relationships have played out online like a never-ending reality show full of ups, downs, breakups, makeups, and moments that had the internet glued to their screens. Every new situation felt like a new episode, and fans stayed invested like they were watching a series that just refuses to end. And with that level of visibility, everybody has an opinion. Every move gets analyzed. Every interaction turns into a headline. So when Karlissa stepped in and made that statement about not respecting any of his women unless they're his wife, it didn't just land quietly. It hit with years of context behind it. Because now people weren't just hearing what she said. They were thinking about who she was talking about. Past relationships got pulled back into the spotlight instantly. Old clips resurfaced. Moments that fans thought were over suddenly felt relevant again. And just like that, the internet started connecting dots like they were building a timeline of everything that led to this moment. Now here's where things get messy. Because this isn't just a random opinion, this is a standard she's setting publicly. And standards like that, they come with consequences. Because now people are asking questions like, so none of them were good enough? What does that say about how she views his relationships? Is this about respect or control? And just like that, the conversation shifted from drama to something deeper. Now let's talk about the reactions, because they came in fast and loud. Some fans were like, she's not wrong, marriage is serious. Others, oh, they were not feeling it. That's dismissive. That's disrespectful. That's crossing a line. And just like that, the internet split into sides. Each one convinced they were right. But here's the part that really made this situation explode. the tone because it wasn't just what Karlissa said, it was how she said it. There was no hesitation, no soft delivery, no maybe. It came out firm, direct, and unapologetic. And that kind of energy, it doesn't leave room for interpretation. It creates reactions, strong ones, because now people aren't just hearing her words, they're feeling them. And that's what made this hit different. Because when you publicly say none of your son's relationships matter unless there's a ring involved, that's not just commentary. That's a statement that challenges every woman who's been part of his life. And trust me, the internet noticed that immediately. Now, while all this was happening, something else started building in the background. Tension, not loud, obvious tension, but the kind that slowly grows as people start thinking deeper about what's really going on. Because now the question isn't just what did she say, it's why did she say it? And that question, that's what started pushing this situation to the next level. Because once people start questioning intentions, things get complicated real fast. Meanwhile, Blueface himself, oh, he didn't immediately jump in to clarify anything. And you already know, silence enough. Situation like this doesn't calm things down. It makes everything louder because now people are watching closely. Waiting. Analyzing. Trying to figure out how he feels about what was said without him even saying a word. And that's when the situation officially stopped being just a statement and started turning into a full-blown storyline, the kind where every detail matters, every reaction counts, and every moment feels like it's building toward something bigger. And this is where everything went from. That's a strong opinion to full-blown internet chaos that felt like a Zeus reunion episode mixed with a WWE cage match with no referee and everybody talking at once. Because the second Karlissa Saffold statement hit the timeline, the internet didn't just react. It activated. Blogs picked it up. Reaction channels dropped videos back to back. And suddenly every platform turned into a debate stage where nobody was neutral anymore. Now people weren't just discussing what she said. They were dissecting it like it was a court case. And the arguments, oh, they were loud. One side was like, she's right. If it's not marriage, it's not serious. The other side, no, that's disrespectful and dismissive. And just like that, we had Team Karlissa versus Team everybody else, going back and forth like it was the finals of a championship nobody signed up for. But here's where it got even messier. Because the internet did what it always does, it brought receipts. Old clips resurfaced, past arguments got replayed, moments involving Blueface's previous relationships started trending again like they were brand new. And now people weren't just reacting to one statement, they were building an entire narrative around it. Look how she treated this situation. Remember when she said that before? This isn't new, this is a pattern. And once the internet decides something is a pattern, it's over. Because now everything gets connected, whether it actually is or not. Meanwhile, the memes, oh, the memes were out of control. People were posting clips with captions like Karlissa reviewing Blueface's girlfriends like job applications, denied. Others were joking, no ring, no respect. Guess everybody getting rejected. And just like that, what started as a serious statement turned into viral content spreading faster than facts. But underneath the jokes, something else was happening. The tone was shifting because some people stopped laughing and started asking deeper questions. Is this about values or control? Is she protecting him or interfering? And suddenly, the conversation wasn't just entertaining anymore. It was uncomfortable. And that's when things get real. Because once people stop laughing, they start analyzing. Now here's where the contradictions came in. Because while some fans supported Karlissa's stance, others pointed out something that didn't sit right. If none of his relationships matter, then why are they always involved in the drama? If there's no respect, why is there so much attention? And just like that, the narrative started cracking from both sides because you can't say something doesn't matter and still be part of it. And that contradiction, oh, the internet noticed immediately. Meanwhile, Outside voices started creeping into the situation. Not direct callouts. No official statements. But you know how it goes. Subtle reactions, likes, reposts, cryptic messages that fans instantly connected like, yeah, that's about this. It was giving Marvel-level theory energy where everything feels connected even when nobody can prove it. And then came the comparisons. Because people started saying this feels like reality TV drama at its peak. Others compared it to Kardashian-style chaos where family opinions turn into public headlines overnight. Some even said it's like a Zeus Network reunion waiting to happen where everything spills out at once. But here's the thing. Not everyone was entertained anymore. Because the more people watched, the more they realized this wasn't just drama, it was layered. It was about family dynamics, personal boundaries, and how much influence is too much when it comes to someone's relationships. And that's when the situation hit a different level. Because now it wasn't just about what Karlissa said. It was about what it meant. And trust me, once the internet starts questioning meaning instead of just reacting to words, things get complicated real fast. That tension. That's what pushed this situation from messy to something that feels like it's building toward a much bigger moment. And just when it felt like the internet had squeezed every last drop of drama out of this situation, the energy shifted again in a way nobody expected. Because after all the loud debates, the memes, the arguments, and the non-stop chaos, something quieter started creeping in. Reflection. Because people slowly started stepping back and asking, wait, what does this actually mean long-term? Not just for Blueface, not just for Karlissa Saffold, but for everyone involved in his life moving forward. And that's when the situation stopped feeling like just drama and started feeling complicated, because now it wasn't just about one statement. It was about the impact of that statement. Because when you publicly say none of your son's relationships matter unless there's a ring involved, that doesn't just disappear the next day. That kind of message sticks. It changes how people see things. It shifts how future relationships are viewed before they even begin. And that is where things got serious. Because now people weren't just reacting anymore. They were thinking, what happens if he brings someone new around? How does that person even step into this situation knowing they're already being judged? Does this create pressure? Or does it create distance? And just like that, the conversation moved from chaos to consequences. Meanwhile, Blueface's silence continued to hang over everything like a cloud nobody could ignore. Because at this point, it wasn't just about what his mom said. It was about how he felt about it. Does he agree? Does he disagree? Or is he just letting the situation play out without stepping in? And that uncertainty, it kept the tension alive. Because when there's no clear answer, people start creating their own. He supports it. He doesn't care. He's used to this. Every theory started sounding believable, depending on who you ask. And that's what made everything feel so unstable. Because whether people agreed with Karlissa or not, one thing was clear: opinions were forming. Some people started seeing her as protective, standing on values, setting standards. Others, they saw it as controlling, dismissive, and crossing boundaries that shouldn't be crossed publicly. And once those perceptions lock in, they don't just go away. They stick, and they shape how every future situation is viewed. Now let's talk about the emotional side of this. Because while the internet treats everything like content, this is still real life, real relationships, real emotions. And statements like this don't just stay online, they carry weight in private conversations, in personal dynamics, in moments nobody else sees. Because imagine stepping into a relationship where you already know you're not being taken seriously. And eventually, it shows. And that's what makes this situation feel like it's far from over. Because this wasn't a resolution. This was a setup for future moments, future reactions, and future situations that could easily bring this entire conversation back louder, messier, and even more intense than before. And just when people thought things might slowly calm down, Another thought started circulating. What if this isn't just about standards? What if this is about control over the narrative itself? Because when family becomes part of the public storyline, it changes everything. It shifts who has influence, who has a voice, and who gets to shape how situations are seen by the world. And suddenly, this wasn't just a statement. It was a moment that changed how everything will be viewed moving forward. And if there's one thing we've learned from situations like this, it's that moments like these don't just fade away. They come back, they evolve, they resurface when you least expect it, with even more chaos attached. Now WIT. Because if you made it all the way through this and you're not sitting there like, yeah, this is way deeper than it looked at first, then you might need to run this whole video back. Because what started as one bold statement turned into a full-blown conversation about respect, control, relationships, and everything in between. But let's talk about you. I need your honest opinion in the comments right now. Are you rocking with Karlissa Saffold for standing on her standards and keeping it real? Or are you looking at this like, nah, that crossed a line? And where does Blueface stand in all this? Is he cool with it? Or just letting the chaos play out? Don't just scroll past. Drop your take, your theory, your hot opinion. I want the bold comments, the spicy debates, the y'all not ready for this conversation energy. Because over here, we turn the comment section into a full-on battlefield of opinions. Now if this video had you hooked, confused, entertained, or even a little heated, go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you money and been dodging you for weeks. I'm talking full power, no hesitation, WW if finishing move type click. And if you're new here, don't miss out, hit that subscribe button and join the chaos. Because this channel stays on these stories, catching every twist, every reaction, and every moment that makes the internet stop and say, wait, what just happened? Turn on notifications too, because trust me, the way this situation is moving, one update could drop out of nowhere and flip everything again. And you do not want to be late while everybody else is already arguing about it. At the end of the day, this whole situation proves one thing. The internet doesn't just watch drama, it builds it, shapes it, and turns it into something way bigger than it ever started. And right here, we catch every twist. This is Celeb Sync, where the tea is hotter, the drama is louder, and the next story is always one step crazier. Always one step crazier.